Protection orders, who do they really protect? Hi, I'm attorney Simon Dippenaar. Recently I've made some videos on the theme of finding oneself on the wrong side of the law without choosing this and because of factors completely outside of one's control. I'd like to look at another theme, and that is interim protection orders. While interim protection orders are not quite part of the criminal law niche, they can quickly turn into criminal charges in the form of contempt of court and can result in one's arrest. Sometimes they can be extremely effective, but at times can be used maliciously and can leave one in a real legal difficulty of not knowing which way to go without landing yourself in trouble. I've dealt with scores of interim protection orders, both for the complainant as well as the respondent. A fairly recent case was assisting to successfully remove a final protection order that had been granted with the consent of the client. Unfortunately, my client had agreed for an interim protection order to be made final without the legal knowledge to know what he was consenting to and not realizing the repercussions. The client consented to the order being made final as a way to close the matter in which his wife said that he was aggressive. Basically, she was upset because he had complained that even though she was not working, she refused to clean the house, cook, or do the dishes. So she got an interim protection order for him not to psychologically harass her. She also raised an issue that he had shouted at the security guard at the gate for allowing someone into the complex who was not there to visit anyone but was found to be snooping around. This clearly was not directed at her at all, yet it was raised in her request for the interim protection order. Her allegations, which were extremely exaggerated and out of context, made my client look very aggressive, violent, and dangerous. And this was far from reality. She obtained the interim protection order, and when they appeared at court, he and his wife were divorced by then. He simply agreed for the order to be made final, thinking that would be the end of it. But that was just the beginning of his troubles. And he later had a girlfriend who saw the final protection order and copied it, so that when they eventually broke up, she sent it to his brother, who he had already fallen out with, and the two of them started their campaign of circulating the order on social media and also repeatedly sent it to his employer. This had huge ramifications because the employer said that because of the public nature of his employment, it meant he could not be promoted. His name was muddied wherever possible. Anyway, I assisted him in rescinding this order and helping him regain his honor. Protection orders can be an effective tool in stopping abuse, whether sexual, physical, economic, psychological, or other forms of abuse. I can help you by guiding you through the process. I can also help where there is a protection order against you and where there is a risk of you being arrested and charged with contempt of court. Sometimes interim protection orders are granted where the court is inclined to want to err on the side of caution, but this can have highly prejudicial results for some parties. For example, I have dealt with interim protection orders that require one of the spouses to vacate the common home. The effect of this is a backdoor eviction without going through the required Prevention of Illegal Evictions Act. While interim protection orders can be highly effective at times, they can also be destructive if used maliciously. I have years of invaluable experience with protection orders and can help you navigate the aspect of the law, whether you are in need of an interim protection order or if you need to mediate a settlement, or even to defend you against an interim protection order. If you have an interim protection order against you, or you think you need protection, or anything else relating to protection orders, then do let me guide you and advise you on how to deal with your specific problem.